Good morning, all of you. Today we will discuss the, the serious problem inside the heart, whatever the coronary artery disease, ultimately will result the cellular death in the myocardium of the heart. That is called the myocardial infarction. It is defined as the written here. Myocardial infarction is defined as a disease condition in which is caused by the reduced blood flow to the coronary artery due to atherosclerosis or occlusion of an artery. There is a sudden change, much more occlusion. Suddenly there is changes. So there is and it is also called heart attack in traditional terms, layman terms. Irreversible damage of the myocardial tissue that is caused by prolonged ischemia and hypoxia. That is called myocardial infarction. This is condition which caused by very much reduction in the blood flow and in the coronary artery, which is already occluded by atherosclerotic occlusion. It is irreversible damage of the myocardial tissue caused by prolonged ischemia and hypoxia. Acute myocardial infarction defined as sudden deprivation of blood supply, resulting in necrosis of the myocardial tissue. That is important. Infarction is necrosis. Infarction is a tissue death due to the inadequate blood supply. Oxygen is not there. That results in the tissue death. That is myocardial infarction. The blockage of the blood flow to the heart muscle. Heart attack is a medical emergency. A heart attack usually occurs when a blood clot blocks the blood flow to the heart. Without blood, tissue loses oxygen and dies. That part of tissue supplied by that of the artery that dies. And that causes symptoms in patients, including tightness or pain in chest, pain in neck, back or arms, usually, as well as fatigue, lightheadedness, abnormal heartbeat, and anxiety. Women are more likely to have the atypical symptoms. Treatment ranges from lifestyle changes and rehabilitation in the long run. But acutely, you need medication, stent, and bypass surgery. As per the need, there is some important medications also, which causes fibrinolysis. So it is very common. More than 10 million cases per year in India, and requires a medical diagnosis, lab test, or image often required, treatable by a medical professional. Short term it resolves within days to weeks, and critical care it needs because it is emergency. It needs a critical care hospital setup. Other name of the myocardial infection is myocardial infection (AMI), or we call as heart attack. A myocardial infection occurs when an atherosclerotic plaque slowly builds up in the inner lining of the coronary artery and suddenly ruptures. That rupture of this plaque causes catastrophic thrombus formation because the platelet gather there and a big thrombus is formed, and that big thrombus completely occludes the lumen of the artery, and that's totally the blood flow डाउनस्ट्रीम. उसके बाद जो जहाँ ब्लॉक है उसके बाद टोटली ब्लड फ्लो स्टॉप हो जाएगा. दिस इज द specialty of a cardiologist, a super specialist branch in medical science, and the, also sometimes in emergency medicine. If the emergency medicine have the interventional cardiologist, then emergency medicine can do. But a interventional cardiologist is doing it. Because they're specially trained for that, so only they can do it. If it is an invasive procedure required. Otherwise, a physician also can do the medical therapy if the intervention is not required. Intervention, then even a physician can treat it. Symptoms are chest pains. Chest pain is very typical. It is very severe pain. Person has never experienced in life. Patient will feel that something unusual. I may have a heart attack. There is a patient looks the death inside. There may be death so frightened. So it is very severe change, usually in the middle of the chest, and compressive type of pain. And this may radiate to the left side shoulder, back of the shoulder, and the forearm. It is common. There may be shortness of breath, nausea and vomiting. Nausea very common because heart is a visceral organ. If there is any disturbance in visceral organ, that produces the autonomic nerve stimulation and very common in nausea. Might be vomiting also. Feeling faint or cold sweat. This is very common in history. Patient has suddenly a lot of perspiration without any reason. And from there, most of the layman knows if it is severe chest pain, if the cold sweat is there, there is no reason of sweat, there is a lot of perspiration, there is a nausea. Patient understand generally. I may have a heart attack, or relative might understand. And feeling extremely tired. And there will be pain in the arm, neck, back, jaw, and even stomach pain. The pain may be referred on that side. The complications, if remain untreated, then heart failure, in long run, the cardiac arrhythmia, irregular heartbeat, there may be cardiogenic shock. If it is severe enough to reduce the blood flow too much, then cardiogenic shock with progresses, cardiac arrest and even death can occur. Cause is usually the coronary artery disease, which is exacerbated because of the thrombus formation. It is a thrombus formation, already occluded lumen. Coronary artery disease is already there. Over and above the thrombus is formed, so it has completely blocked the lumen of the artery. So who are the at risk? Patients of hypertension, those who are doing smoking, the patients of non-case of diabetes mellitus, and the lack of exercise, obese person, and those who have sedentary life, and high blood cholesterol level, high fat level, triglycerides. What is the diagnosis? Most important ECG to leak inside the heart without opening the heart. First is ECG, then do the blood test, and if required, physician or cardiologist will decide the angiography, coronary angiography. This is gold standard. Exactly, it will know which artery is blocked or how much is blocked. Blood test for the biomarkers, that is, and this is also very helpful in diagnosis. If you don't want to do coronary angiography, ECG with blood test are sufficient for as far as diagnosis is concerned. In the treatment, percutaneous coronary intervention, there is angioplasty. And first do angiography, then angioplasty, and if not immediately available, thrombolysis by drugs. That is these are the two treatment in any. If immediately this cath lab is not available, interventional cardiologist is not available within 1 hour, then you can have to do the thrombolysis, use of drugs. Which block the thrombus. Of course, you have to avoid the contraindications. Medicines we must give is the aspirin, nitroglycerin, and heparin because it avoids the extra clotting. Nitroglycerin dilate the blood vessels. Aspirin, it will not allow the platelets to aggregate more. So prognosis, this is 10% risk of death in a developed countries. We might have even more. Frequency into 15.9 million people died due to the myocardial infection throughout the world. This is the damage and death of the tissues. This is the color changes. These are dead tissues because there is block here, block in the a complete occluded right coronary artery over here, and so this part of the heart is not supplied the blood, and then this is the complete occlusion. This right coronary artery. That is this part of the heart, the cell's death has occurred. Acute MAC occurs when one of the arteries supplying the heart becomes completely blocked. Blockage may be caused by spasm of the artery or atherosclerosis, the acute clot formation. Atherosclerosis clot formation, and sometimes spasm also, severe spasm of the artery. It, it's, there are some instances that even without block or above the spasm, then blockage the lumen. That also can cause the myocardial infarction. Blockage results in damaged tissue and permanent loss of contraction of this portion of muscle, cardiac muscle. If it is involved, because the right coronary artery also supplies the AV node, SA node. So if the blockage there, then additional problem of arrhythmia or even the part of septum, the ventricular septum. The types of myocardial infarction, there is type 1. The character is spontaneous plaque rupture, ulceration, fissuring, erosion, dissection with the resultant intraluminal thrombus, cessation of the myocardial blood flow, and acute myocardial necrosis. That is the type 1. Type 2 is the ischemic myocardial necrosis resulting from a marked increase in myocardial oxygen demand or marked decrease in blood flow. Either in decrease in blood flow or the oxygen demand immediately increase, including the absence of acute plaque, rupture of coronary thrombus. This is the rupture of thrombus or the acute plaque is not there, but there may be partial blockage and blood flow is decreased, and additionally increased demand is there. This is type 2, very important. Type 3 is a sudden cardiac death related to coronary artery thrombosis. Before patient goes to the hospital, patient died, brought dead. Fourth type is myocardial secondary to the percutaneous coronary intervention. The associated with the if there is angiography, angioplasty, that also sometimes cause forward thrombosis associated with the and re-resistance associated with the that can happen because it is a foreign body you are introducing inside in form of dull or catheters. Sometimes that cause problem, but not very common nowadays because of the improved techniques and improved instrumentation. And the type 5 may secondary to the bypass surgery. Either you do the in cath lab angioplasty or this is surgery. These procedures also can bring about the some adverse effects and infection may be there. This is the biggest clinic, Mayo Clinic in USA. Biggest clinic in USA. It has got a brief note of every disease. What is the brief note of Mayo's Clinic? The blood flow is blocked here because of thrombus. Clot is formed. Plaque is there, and additionally the clot has formed because the rupture in the plaque, the platelets are it is completely blocking the lumen of the artery, and blood is going back. It is not going forward. So total occlusion of the lumen of the artery over here is That causes the tissue, the color changes. This tissue has died. This is the heart attack occurs when the flow of blood to the heart is blocked. Blockage is most often a buildup of fat, cholesterol, or other substances. It forms a plaque in the artery that feeds the heart, the coronary artery. Sometimes a plaque can rupture and form a clot that blocks the blood flow. The interrupted blood flow can damage or destroy part of the heart muscle. A heart attack, also called as myocardial infarction, can be fatal, but treatment has improved dramatically over the years. It is crucial to call. This is the number of the Mayo Clinic, or what the people residing nearby, they should call like this. This is a complete guideline they have given in brief. How do you recognize the symptoms? They include the pressure, tightness, pain, the squeezing or arcing sensation in your chest or arm that may spread to your neck, jaw, or back, usually in the left side. The pain will be very severe, and this type of pain is there. Tightness and pressure. Somebody is pressing me, my chest, and the squeezing type pain. And then also there is a nausea, indigestion, heartburn, abdominal pain. People are saying that I have acidity or say indigestion, but actually it is the because of the problem in heart. Shortness of breath, sweat, cold sweat, fatigue, and lightheadedness and sudden dizziness. These are, as we see, same thing. Symptoms vary sometimes. Not all people who have heart attack have the same symptom or have the same severity of symptoms. Some people have very mild pain, others have severe pain. Some people have no symptom. Others, the first sign may be sudden cardiac arrest, directly arrest and death. However, the more sign symptoms you have, greater the chance of you are having a heart attack. Some heart attacks strike suddenly, but many people have warning signs, symptoms hours and days and weeks before in advance. If you are not noticing properly, that is your fault. The earliest warning might be recurrent chest pain or pressure that is triggered by activity and relieved by rest. That is important. If anything which is pain or chest pain or pressure like in chest, you are feeling while you are working. That is important in a cardiac origin. And then it goes by temporary decrease in blood flow to the heart. This when to see a doctor. Act immediately. That is a Mayo is advising. If you feel such thing, immediately contact doctor. Some people wait too long because they don't recognize important signs and symptoms. What you do? Call a emergency medical help. When you call the number, whatever you have nearby, cardiologist or cardiologist hospital, and drive yourself. You have no other option. I don't advise it. Hire any vehicle, taxi or Uber or even rickshaw. But don't drive yourself. That is a very dangerous sign. You worsen because your condition can worsen. Driving yourself puts you at the risk. So don't drive it. Go in other vehicle. Also ask somebody to take you. And immediately you can do before reaching the hospital. You take a nitroglycerin. And previously it was done, you can put underneath his tongue, and that is it gives immediate relief sometimes. And take aspirin nowadays, it is also advisable. Immediately take aspirin. Two things, aspirin, nitroglycerin you can take. And taking the aspirin during heart attack could reduce the heart damage. That may keep your blood from clotting. It can prevent the clotting to some extent because it does not allow platelet aggregation. So nowadays, before going to doctor, you keep a nitroglycerin like sorbitrate, and this is the aspirin, and you can put it under the dispersible aspirin also comes. That is fast acting. The aspirin can interact with other medication. However, you don't take on aspirin unless the doctor emergency recommend it. Talk to the medical person. If they say to take aspirin, then take. Otherwise, if you want to do some procedure, that may cause the failure to clot. The procedure is to be carried out. If you see somebody having a heart attack, somebody else, what you do? If someone who is unconscious and you believe he is having a heart attack, first call emergency medical help. To check the person is breathing and has a pulse. If person is breathing or don't have a pulse, only then you begin CPR. If person is not breathing or pulse is not there, only then you start CPR. Don't start directly. If there is pulse, don't start the CPR. Sometimes when we go to the flight or even in train, there is a declaration. If the doctor is there, probably somebody has problem. If there is doctor in the flight or in train, please contact us. So at that time, you should be fully aware of what to do. So you may be able to save the life, but you should be fully trained. Just being doctor doesn't help. Push hard and fast on the people's chest fairly rapidly with them. 100 to 120 compression a minute. How to give cardiac massage? That is 100 to 120 compression a minute. Very hard and fast. It's not easy to cardiac. If you are not trained in the CPR, doctors recommend performing only chest compressions. If you are trained in CPR, you can go to the opening airways and rescue breathing. If you're not trained, you just do cardiac massage. That's all. This is the important guidelines given by the Mayo Clinic. This is the diagnosis and management of acute myocardial infarction. This is the acute myocarditis as a result of the prolonged myocardial ischemia. Atherosclerosis leads to endothelial rupture or erosion that lead to platelet aggregation in the site and that cause a bead clot form. And that can include the lumen. Artery suspended leading to myocardial ischemia and pain associated usually longer than 30 minutes. Pain doesn't go away easily. The angina is there, pain will go to some time, but if there is attack, pain will not go away easily. These are the ECG recordings. You see the OJSTT changes, that is usually TP segment is raised or depressed. Here, these are the you can see in all the specific. These are the leads where these leads you can find out the location also. These are the static changes over here, here, here. Finding out the lead you can show is the here also there are the ST depression and elevation. This is the one. This is ST elevation you can see. Okay, this is baseline and this is the TP segment which is change. So in case the myocardial infarction, commonly known as heart attack, occurs, the blood flows or stops to a part of heart, causing damage to the heart muscle. The most common symptom is chest pain, discomfort, which may travel into shoulder, arm, back, neck, jaw. Often it is in center of the left side of the chest and lasts for more than few minutes. Discomfort may occasionally feel like a heartburn. Others may include the shortness of breath, nausea, feeling faint, cold sweat, or feeling tired. About 30% people have atypical symptoms, not these symptoms. Women often present with the without the chest pain, instead have neck pain, arm pain, or feel tired. And among those over 75 years old, 5% have the MIA with little or no history of symptoms. Older age people. MIA may cause heart failure, irregular heartbeat, cardiogenic shock, cardiac arrest that we have seen already. These we have seen type 1, type 2 and type 3 all these. Risk factor that also we have seen the this is entry wall myocardial infarction. Entry wall. This is occluded the lumen. This is because the clot has been formed in the lumen. The plaque has occluded lot of artery, then the blood clot has been formed. Red thrombus and a ruptured atherosclerotic plaque. causing blood flow, red thrombus. Among the number of tests are useful. First is ECG, then blood test, and then available angiography, coronary angiography. In ECG, which is recording of the heart electrical activity, confirm ST elevation myocardial infarction. That is called STEMI. If ST elevation is not present or ST changes are not present, then it is called non-STEMI or end-STEMI. The time for myocardial infarction is very critical period. Give immediate aspirin when you talk to the doctor and give immediate aspirin. Doctor says it like this. And in blood test, you see the troponin less often creatine kinase MB. So troponin is very important. If it is seen increase troponin blood, that confirms the myocardial infarction. You give nitroglycerin and aspirin after taking device, then if you come to hospital, you may need, if there is a problem in breathing or oxygen saturation is low, then give oxygen, not otherwise. In a STEMI treatment attempt to restore blood to the heart, include that is angioplasty, that is percutaneous coronary intervention. This is first do the angiography and then angioplasty, that is the percutaneous coronary intervention. The artery are pushed open, maybe stent may be put on, thrombolysis can be done. Or if angioplasty is not available or you are in remote place, this is the best thing is thrombolysis. Give drugs, it will rupture the thrombus, but immediately should be given. But the blockage is removed using the medications. The block can be removed by given drugs also. People who have non-ST elevation, ST elevation not there, that is called end-STEMI, are often managed with a blood thinner, that is heparin, very additional use of air, with the additional use of angioplasty when reach hospital. People with blockage of multiple coronary arteries and diabetes, coronary bypass surgery may be recommended. You give only the drugs with these many problems. Your angioplasty is risky. In that case, a patient of diabetes and already this bypass surgery is done previously, then you don't do angioplasty. Then you give the drugs to remove the clot. This is the block artery, here block, here the myocardial infarction, damage heart tissue. Worldwide, 15.9 million myocardial infarction occurs, 15 that we have seen. Now it refers to the tissue death, there is infection. And myocardium means heart muscle, myocardium. And this is caused by ischemia or lack of oxygen to the myocardial tissue. This is a typical acute coronary syndrome. And in symptoms related to blood flow to the heart, like other types of. So this is same as heart attack, as we have seen the signs. They are the headache, chest pain, most important, very severe chest pain in middle of the chest, sometimes going to the left shoulder, left arm, forearm, jaw, and usually whenever there is pain, it is very severe pain. Patient will understand it is something very serious. Then there may be headache, difficulty in breathing, nausea, very common. Nausea is very common. Indigestion, upper back pain, sweating, and vomiting. Nausea and vomiting might be quite common. This is the nausea, vomiting, indigestion, heartburn, or there may be pain in chest or abdominal pain sometimes. Low-grade fever, shortness of breath, pale appearance and fatigue. Sweating without any heat, cold sweat, lightheadedness or sudden dizziness, palpitation, feeling of own pulse, abnormalities, heart rate, blood pressure. It is also naturally it will cause anxiety and left arm pain. So these are the symptoms. This is pain. This is area of pain in front, the middle of the chest, as I told you. in the middle of almost in middle of the chest. In back there will be back pain near the neck, also in middle of the chest. Mm. The chest pain is most common and describe a sensation of tightness. Somebody is compressing my chest, pressure or squeezing. Pain radiates often to the left arm, but radiate to the lower jaw, neck, sometimes also to the right arm, back and upper abdomen. Pain most suggestive of the acute MI, and there is likelihood of radiating. Usually diffuse, does not change with position. The pain associated with, if you change the position, supine, prone, inside, the site of pain remains same. There is no change. And last for then minimum 20 minutes. If you describe with pressure, this is all description of the patient. Associated symptoms by sweating, I told you, very common, and nausea and vomiting. Fainting attacks sometimes. Sometimes there is a either in women or the old age people, very old age people, more than 75 years old. There will be silent infection. Pain may not be there. There is a all the elements of silent infection with the addition of progression to a symptom-free myocardial infarction. Plaque rupture, intracoronary thrombosis, complete or nearby complete coronary artery occlusion. Even then there is no pain. Identification कैसे करना है? Do the cardiac enzymes raised and do the ECG, ST changes. That will diagnose it. This is ST elevation. This is the here ST depression. This is normal ECG. ST depression, ST elevation, as clinicians say. Actually, this is the TP elevation. This is the TP depression. The silent can happen without any symptom at all, and there can be discovered later on the ECG using the blood enzyme test if death has occurred after autopsy. So cyan myocardial infarction represent about 22 to in older age people, not everybody. In older age people, for patient with diabetes mellitus, health transplant, and the difference in threshold of pain because of the neurological reasons that may cause it. Risk factor, this is the smoking is in the 72% of the people. 72% of the people. This is the great risk because it causes spasm itself can cause the myocardial infarction. Then another hyperlipidemia is another cause. 68% of the people. This is also very important. Usually triglycerides and other lipids are high in serum. This is another very and then there is a homocysteine level 15 more than 15 and this is the is 42% and the BMI obesity is 32%. So these are about the what are the prominent risk factors: the old age, actively smoking, high blood pressure, diabetes mellitus, total cholesterol, high density LDL high. They are the same risk factor as coronary artery disease. Smoking appears to be caused in 36% of cases, and obesity in 20% of cases of the coronary artery disease. Same as we have seen in the coronary artery disease. This is the same risk factors. These are the recommended diet for the patient of coronary artery disease or the after the myocardial infarction when during the rehabilitation. It takes it fruits and vegetables and fiber diet. This is the same thing, myocardial infarction. These are the parts of your diet. There are some genetic factors also. There is a early onset CAD, a history of any family, early onset coronary artery disease. There is some angiographic severity, and if there is history, family history of ischemic heart disease, and particularly if one is a male first degree relative, father or brother who has a myocardial infarction before the age of 55 years, and female degree mother or sister less than 65 years, then it is the important history. Maybe this is the first infection, reinfection, number of cases, normalization. Try to recur. These are the pathogenesis. Subendocardium starts with the subendocardium, most vulnerable. Therefore, this is the location at which irreversible injury tend to occur initially in the subendocardial surface, not in epicardial surface. Because I told you that the especially the left ventricle, the endocardium exposed to the highest pressure in circulatory system, more than 120 the systolic phase. You don't get blood supply during that period. So first starts with endocardium, vulnerable area. And persistence of ischemia results in progression with ischemia to the involved, increasing more part of myocardium. Rather endocardium to mesocardium, and then it go up to epicardium. Myocardial necrosis begins within 20 to 30 minutes, mostly starting at the subendocardial region, which is less perfused with because high intramural pressure is there. It starts with like this, obstructed coronary artery to some extent, obstructed coronary artery is there, and then this is necrosis has occurred. Exposure to thrombogenic subendothelial collagen, because endothelium is rupture, it surface of the collagen, that is called the increasing system blood coagulation. You know it. If the blood is exposed to collagen, all the in blood you have all the clotting factors, collagen fibers, then it will lead to platelets to adhere to the site, and platelet activation aggregation, and formation of microthrombi on the atheromatous plaques, and then it goes on, process goes on, and then there is complete clot may be formed and complete occlusion of the lumen, the artery. This is the healthy tissue. This is the blocks. Artery is blocked by the clot. Plaque was already there, and that additional block has occurred by the blood clot, which is immediately occurred after this collagen exposure here, collagen exposure over here, rupture of the endothelium over here, over the surface of plaque. That leads to platelets and clot formation that completely blocks the liver. And because it is blocked here, this part color change, you can see this part of the heart has died. This is the MI type 1 we have seen, and the MI type 2, and there is a primary reason is the disruption of atherosclerotic plaque. Plaque is already there, but that plaque is disturbed, and because some gap endothelial surface beneath that is there is a plaque. So there is a gap in the endothelium, that because of the blood comes in contact with the collagen fibers, and that is platelet aggregation and thrombus is formed. So myocardial cyanosis occurs within first 10 seconds of occlusion, that causes ischemia, total occlusion, anaerobic metabolism, lactic acid is accumulated, and that is very painful. What has been formed because it doesn't get blood supply, the distal part. Lactic acid is formed, and lactic acid is what is the pain. Most common case of the myocardial infarction is the rupture of a atherosclerotic plaque and artery supplying the heart. Plaques can become unstable, rupture, and additionally promote the formation of blood clot that blocks the artery. This can occur in minutes. Everything occurs in minutes. Blockage of an artery can lead to tissue death in the tissue supplied by that artery, and atherosclerotic plaques are often present since many decades, even 10 years, 20 years, 30 years uh, before the MI occurs. The gradual buildup of cholesterol and fibrous tissue in the plaque in the wall of the coronary arteries, other arteries. Typically, over decades, system is atherosclerosis. It takes long time. Atherosclerosis is characterized by progressive inflammation in the wall of the arteries. Inflammatory cells, particularly macrophages, move into affected arterial walls. Over the time, they become laden with cholesterol products, LDL. They form cells, these macrophages, smooth muscle cells, other that is exposed to the pressure associated with blood flow. Plaques, especially those with thin lining, may rupture. Plaque may rupture. They trigger the formation of the big blood clot. The cholesterol crystals have been associated with the plaque rupture through mechanical injury and inflammation. So, this is not only the cause of myocardial infection, but it may exacerbate or contribute to the cause. This is a heart with a limited blood supply subject to increased oxygen demand. So demand बढ़ गया. If the demand is more, the supply is same. That also causes the such as fever, fast heart rate, then hyperthyroidism, too much tachycardia in the bloodstream. This is the tissue damage has already occurred. Blocked coronary artery, there is a death of the cells. That is called necrosis, and they do not grow back. Collagen scar forms in their place. When the artery is blocked, cell lack oxygen there to produce the ATP in mitochondria. ATP required for the maintenance of electrolyte imbalance. That you all know. How to diagnose it? This is the right coronary artery, left coronary artery. This is the circumflex artery. This is the right coronary artery. The infection has occurred over here and over here. This is blocked here. The infection is occurred here. Blockage of the branch of the left coronary artery. Defined by the elevated by myocardial infection. How it can define? By the elevated cardiac biomarkers with the rising or falling trend. At least one of the following should be present: increased biomarkers plus symptom relating to ischemia, there is chest pain and others. And important is ECG changes. So biomarkers raised and ECG change, that is left ventricular block or pathogenic P waves which was not previously present. ST elevation. This is the both combined you can diagnose directly. And of course, if you do the angiography, it will show everything. There is a gold standard. But before that also you can diagnose. Type myocardial infection generally classified into ST elevation, the STEMI type and N-STEMI type. Here there is a lead V3. You can see the ST elevation here. ST elevation here. There is a inverted T wave here. Deep Q wave. These are all abnormalities associated with the in presence of left Vanderbilt block. There is a myocardial infection because the STT change is elevated here, depressed here. One of the feature may be T inversion also, but other cases of T inversion also are there. These are the T wave and coronary insufficiency, T wave and LVH with stain. These are the features. Typical STEMI, ST elevation. Actually, it is the J point over here, and there is a depression of TP segment, as I told you earlier. This is the coronary vessel. ST elevation is there. A myocardium. This is the and there will be non-STEMI also. Based on changes to ECG. There is no ST elevation, ST changes. Make up 25 of the percentage of myocardial infarction. This is Lehman. This is stable angina because there is some heart is going on, but angina is stable. This is stable angina. There is sufficient space. The blood can go inside. And in this, there is a plaque. The plaque is disturbed here. See, rupture somewhere. That forms the platelet aggregation here. There is a stale. Now the whole plaque become unstable. And there is a thrombus may be formed that may completely occlude the lumen of the artery. Spontaneous MI related to plaque erosion or rupture, and the ischemia such as oxygen demand. So these are all we have seen. What are the that is spasm also may cause it, and sometimes there is direct death before reaching to the hospital. And ECG may be taken list of changes if there is a during the life period associated with coronary angioplasty. These procedures also can bring about sometimes for cardiac surgery. These are the serum cardiac biomarkers. That means some of the proteins, enzymes, some of the substances they increase. This is the most important is troponin. Troponin. So there is a hours after the onset of myocardial infarction, troponin rises to great extent. That is the multiple increase at above normal. So the above normal become 5 times, 10 times, 15 times, 20 times, 50 times like this. Great increase in these biomarkers, myoglobin, CKMB, and this creatine phosphate kinase. This is the same thing. Cardiac troponin type of onset. This is the acute myocardial infarction. It greatly increases. There are a number of different biomarkers determine the presence of cardiac muscle damage. Troponin measured through a blood test are considered to be the best. This is the troponin the best biomarker. And because they are greater sensitivity and specificity, measuring injury to the heart muscle. A rise in troponin occurs within 2 to 3 hours of injury to the as well, and peaks 1 to 2 days. One high sensitive cardiac troponin able to rule out the heart attack as long as the ECG is normal. If ECG is normal, if troponin is also normal, there is no myocardial infarction, we can say. That is, first you should take ECG, and then the biomarkers along with ECG, there you can definitely diagnose. This is the detail of troponin. This is up to peak in the 12 hours. Then creatine kinase CKMB test, that is the, and these are the lactate dehydrogenase LDH, then aspartate transaminase AST, myoglobin MB, civic modified albumin IMA. These are the many, depending on the marker, it can be between 2 to 24 level to increase the blood. Everybody immediately do not appear, but it slowly build up within 24 hours. These are the biomarkers, same thing. The myocardial, the ECG we have seen. The invasive also, imaging, non-invasive imaging plays also some role in the diagnosis and characterization of myocardial infarction. And there is chest X-rays is done generally, then stress echocardiography, then myocardial perfusion imaging, You can confirm the diagnosis from patient history and the gold standard is coronary angiography. CT angiography, sorry. Gold standard is coronary angiography. You can also do CT scan nowadays, 64 slice, rapid CT scan. That also CT angiography done. About 90% it is sensitivity is there. And you can watch this. This is the how coronary angiography is done. This is the you can see my son Dr. Dhruv Kumar Jadeja is the cardiologist in Ahmedabad. I have taken a clip from him because video clips sometimes has intellectual property right issues. So he's doing in a 65-year-old man, just chronic smoker, an inferior wall, inferior posterior MI 15 days ago. And angiography shows LCS 100% occlusion on proximal part. I did it angioplasty on LCX with one stent, good result. Yeah. This is the so dye is being injected. So dye goes. This is coronary angiography, and this is anterior descending. LCS love circumflex is not seen, so that was blocked completely according to him. So this is the then expand it also. It is very nice to see the angiography, the angioplasty, miracles which scientists or modern medicine has brought to the mankind and saves millions of lives. So this is the one of the miracle that is the angiography and then angioplasty and with minimum morbidity. So this is the for angiography and angioplasty. This is the picture, same picture. If you inject the dye over here, then dye goes here, and wherever there is a block, it will be shown like this. Something is thick. This is a block here. This is very thin here. This is blocked. So that is the you can diagnose like this. Differential diagnosis is the cardiac aortic dissection, pericarditis, chest wall, chest pain, pacemaker head. So this is the chest pain, pulmonary embolism, pneumonia. This is different diagnosis of chest pain. Then pneumothorax, there gastrointestinal biliary pain, esophageal spasm, rupture, pancreatitis, peptic ulcer. This is the this is the differential diagnosis of chest pain. Other names: coronary artery disease, myocardial ischemia, unstable angina, valvular heart disease, mitral valve prolapse, aortic stenosis, pericarditis, and myocarditis. So there are many causes of such chest pain. Originate from the lungs, GIT, aorta, bones, nerves surrounding part of the in the chest wall. So pain generally in the myocardial infarction, pain generally persists more than 30 minutes, and then 50% of death occur within first 2 hours. So in urgent emergency, it is medical emergency. To treat very urgently, it is important. Angina pectoris, if this is angina pectoris, not infarction, then it is less than 20 minutes. If there is unstable angina, angina at rest, new onset angina, worsening angina causes maybe other things that may. What are the prevention? American Heart Association is take. You want to prevent the heart attack. You already have cardiac issues like coronary artery disease. What you should do? You should have hypertension, you have diabetes, anything. Take prescribed medications regularly. That is first thing. Is the American Heart Association says. Maintain the follow-up appointment with the healthcare providers. Whenever you follow up the whatever your physician or cardiologist, you maintain the regular visits. Participate in cardiac rehabilitation. Whatever doctor advice and counseling is done, follow it. Whenever you need the support, call the doctors or call the medical person and manage the risk factors such as hypertension, hyperlipidemia, diabetes, and obesity. This is preventive measures. The hypertension should be managed because the CAD should have their blood pressure maintained at 130 by 80. And this may be achieved using the multimodal approach, which includes diet modification, lifestyle changes, exercise, and the medication. Diabetes control should be appropriate. Hypertension and diabetes. This is the should go H1B/AC, HB1, it should be less than 7%. That is it gives the what was the blood sugar in 3 months. It gives the idea. And patient education and family members. This is important. So these are the all things required. Primary prevention, the lifestyle is no in case of we have seen the important thing in the coronary artery disease, same thing. Secondary prevention, these drugs are important. Statin to reduce the cholesterol, AC inhibitor, then aspirin, beta blocker. Then so already you have coronary artery disease. Then you further progress you want to prevent. That is secondary prevention. This is the medication, nitrates and aspirin. So you should keep it, and the doctor will decide the anticoagulation. Drugs that treatment of myocardial infection, the vasodilator, so nitroglycerin, dilators, then angiotensin converting enzyme, AC inhibitor drugs, then angiotensin receptor blockers, cardiac depression drugs, reduce the heart rate and contractility like beta blocker, anti-arrhythmic, if arrhythmia is there, anti-thrombotic, if thrombus formation is there, clot, anticoagulant and antiplatelet drug for that, in thrombolytics, already clot has occurred, then you can give the plasminogen activators and analgesic if there is a pain. Because there is severe pain, the most powerful analgesic, there is morphine, is given in a heart attack. And this is thrombolytic drug, streptokinase. Very important. If you are not able to reach to the cardiologist within 1 hour in a cath lab, then streptokinase is recommended. It will open the clot which is formed in either intravenous or intracoronary route for the reduction of the infarct size and congestive heart failure with AMI, pulmonary embolism, deep vein thrombosis, arterial thrombosis embolism. All these, this is good. Occlusion of the arteriovenous cannula. Streptokinase you give binds to plasminogen to form the FP complex, and the acute coronary thrombosis, acute MI, these are all, in all these conditions it is given. It is a very important drug. You can save the patients Usually it should be ideally within 30 minutes should be given. 30 minutes starting initial within 30 minutes of presentation. But door to needle time immediately you should start it. So reduce the relative risk of hospital death up to 50%. 50% chance of death decreases by giving fibrinolytic therapy. Fibrinolysis is generally preferred to patients presenting in first hour of symptoms. First hour symptom, patient is immediately come, give the fibrinolytic therapy. This is the immediate treatment. This is the always mainly it is a equation oxygen beta blocker statin aspirin morphine aspirin nitrate. This is a drug used in treatment anti-anginal drug that is nitrate isosarbate dinitrate beta blocker then dihydropyridine the calcium channel blockers nifedipine and amlodipine and thrombolytic drugs streptokinase etc. Beta blocker therapy such as metoprolol or these are the trade names. Actually, it is propranolol. This is started within 24 hours. Provided there is no acute heart failure or heart block or failure नहीं है, then you should start the beta blockers. It will give rest to the heart and unnecessary stimulation of heart is avoided because it blocks the sympathetic. These beta blockers. AC inhibitor should be started within 24 hours. Continue independently at highest tolerated dose because that means pressure it will vasoconstriction it will avoid. Those if there is no contraindication like low blood pressure, I told you suddenly lowers blood pressure sometimes, even normal blood pressure, and there is non-narrowing of the renal arteries. You cannot tolerate the inhibitor, then angiotensin 2 receptor antagonist will be given. And another is statin. And aldosterone antagonist because aldosterone raises the blood pressure. It antagonist may be used. Defibrillator. If there is any fibrillation or there is any such severe arrhythmia, that should be given. This is the which I told. It's the same thing I told you, angioplasty, how to do it. Fibrinolytic therapy that we have seen, fibrinolytic. For the newer things which has come, this is the gold standard is angioplasty. If in such case, if it is, but if cardiologist assess patient is not fit for angioplasty, then other causes. First is fibrinolysis, and then this is the angioplasty, which we have seen previously, surgery, and the in extreme cases where there are a lot of complications. Patient prognosis is the I told you, death rate is very high, and this is most important. This is the if there is a lot of complications, there is no other remedy. Then heart transplant nowadays carried out indicates these are indications of the refractory cardiogenic shock, and then is a cardiogenic shock requiring continuous inotropic therapy or recurrent life-threatening ventricular arrhythmia, end-stage congenital or refractory angina. In that case, it is indicated. And this is the first son, a South African scientist who has done the first time the Christian Mithling Bernard, and the first time done the South African cardiac surgeon in December, on 3rd December 67, the first heart transplant, and this is the first transplant in India in 1994. Such a great individual. Dr. Venugopal. All these South Indian hospitals are more skilled in all these procedures, more disciplined there. Some research is going on in stem cell treatment for hyperinfection. The breakthrough success is awaited. So thank you very much, all of you. Jai Bharat.